Hey, what's up? It's Rashad Antonio, the Upon Further Review podcast. We're back, man. Little hiatus. Had to do some celebrating this
Yes.
weekend.
Hey, shout out to Rashad and his beautiful wife, Trikisha. 20 years of Black love, man. Renewal of vows, 20 years. It was great. It was awesome for me because I was there for the first one. And then to be
Yeah,
there,
you were, yo. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then to
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
there for this one, 20 years, three kids later. Also seeing you and all the family and friends that were there
Oh,
that
yeah.
support us. Like, yo, shout out to y'all. We, big ups to y'all, man. We really appreciate it.
It was a good time. So before all the hecticness came and went, I saw Mission Impossible 7, aka Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna say it. The best Mission Impossible ever. This movie does not stop.
No.
It's
No.
like they release almost zero tension the entire movie. They is keeping this plot
Yeah.
moving from the first scene when they're basically setting up the what we become to know as the entity, which is like the
Right.
AI, which is the ultimate MacGuffin. You know what I'm saying? And it's a really good one, also a very timely one. I was thinking,
Right.
right?
Right.
And like, yeah, because like this past like year or so, we got like Chat GPT, we got Google doing that thing with Barta, we got Microsoft basically buying Chat GPT. So like there's a lot of AI talk. And this was written like maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
movie should have been done, but COVID happened.
COVID happened.
So
Yeah.
they
Mm-hmm.
already had this concept in their mind to do, and it's just very, very timely. And it
Mm-hmm.
was this
It
movie
was
was so
good.
good. All
Yeah.
right, so I'm sorry. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I mean, you're right. I mean, the movie is very timely and everything, and it's just so funny. I believe last week I saw in the news where there was like a council meeting with like reporters and World Council meeting, talking to AI robots, having a conversation with them, basically like, say, are y'all trying to replace humans? And they're like, no, we're not trying to replace humans. If you ever did you see it, Rashad? Oh man,
No, that sounds like trash.
Skynet, here we come, Jack. So yeah, this is a timely for Mission Impossible to come out. So yeah.
The first scene they have when they was on the sub, and they essentially have the AI is on the sub. You know what I'm saying? And there's three parts to this. We have the AI itself.
Mm-hmm.
We have and the key, which is two halves. They're trying to the whole thing about this whole thing is they're trying to find the other half of the key. So basically, it's like a fancy lock. Go in and they open it up and they control. They can close it up as well. So the thing is, this Russian submarine that they're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be on supposed to be essentially cloaked like the Klingons, and nobody can see them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in the ocean. They do the whole thing with the key, go back in the you know what I'm saying, and like the I don't know what it's called, a submarine, or the control deck or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we see a sub coming, and they see us. They shoot at them, but nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So they come to find out, like, yo, somebody's playing games with us.
Yeah.
And they go to shoot back, and they say, yo, the sub disappears.
Mm-hmm.
And then the missile
That the
is just
Russians, the Russians
the
shot
same missile they shot.
busted a
Just
U-turn.
yeah, yeah. Spun the block on themselves and then blows them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they was
Yeah.
like, yo, what's happening? As we find out later, the AI went rogue, like Rogue Nation, and
Right.
then also gained sentience. So
Mm-hmm.
we have this sentient thinking AI
Mm-hmm.
who was made to just like infiltrate defense systems across the world.
Did they say who made it though? I don't
No,
recall.
no,
That's
they
gonna
did
be
not.
that's gonna
They
be in a part
Yeah,
two.
because they didn't say who made it, and they didn't
Uh-huh.
say the exact means of control of the
Right.
key. They just
Okay.
like trying to feel like what does this key do? Because they didn't know. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
so that whole aspect of it was kept secret, and that's definitely going to be explored on the next one.
The AI became sentient and it started playing games with him. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and when it happened, I was sitting there looking like, wait a minute, what the world is, saying like, yo, what's really going on here? The AI computer system is at the bottom of what's that, the Arctic Ocean or something? Because it was
It's the
frozen.
the Bering Sea. So it's like
Yes.
between like Alaska and Russia.
Okay, yeah. So the Bering Sea. So it's basically like fro with a layer of ice over it,
It's it's
sunk
it's,
at
it's very north.
yeah, very north, like North Polish north or whatever. So it's just sitting there, just chilling. That's where the main system is, and that's what's going to have to happen in the next episode with the key to get down there to that sub to decommission and put the original coding back into the AI so it can shut down. So from that point, we go into what did we have? What happened after that? Ethan was on a mission somewhere, if I'm not mistaken, Amsterdam or something, and some guy came in with some food doing that IMF, talk to the guy. And Ethan's helping him out, like, no, you have to give us the code so I can, thinking it's basically told the guy, okay, cool, you in. So he's a new dude, and you never saw him again. I'm guessing he's gonna come back later on, possibly in the second episode. And you listen, then Ethan's listens to, I'm saying, the whole Mission Impossible thing of this is a mission. If you accept it, blah 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 blah. If you accept, cool. Not, you'll be disavowed if everything happens to go bad. Mission will self-destruct in 5 seconds, and it happens. And basically, Ethan had to go to the desert of was it Saudi Arabia?
The Arabian Desert,
The
yeah.
Arabian desert, and he had to go find his young lady who was originally from not Ghost Protocol, the one that's after Ghost Protocol. I think that was Reckoning. That was no Dead Reckoning is right now, but whatever. Comes out, and you haven't seen her since. And they had to find her because she apparently knew where the second half of the key
Fallout.
of the key, yeah, from Fallout, pardon me, from the key was that they need. Because apparently what happened was when after the ice stalled a little bit, they were able to collect the bodies, and they got one key off one of the dead bodies, but they couldn't find the other key. Apparently somebody already snatched that. They never even said how that happened either.
Nope.
So she's out there, and then there's bounty hunters trying to get her as well, and Ethan is trying his best to protect her, and she's as Ethan, and Ethan's trying to help, help. Ethan's trying to help her, she's trying to help Ethan, and basically it made it look like she died in the scene or
Yeah.
whatever, in the scene, and he took the half of the key. Ethan, you later see in a flashback that Ethan says, hey, you are dead now, go away, whatever. Don't, don't
Yeah,
worry
that's
about
that's Issa.
Issa. Yes, Issa, whatever. So what we see now is a meeting with Kittredge, who
At the
came
CIA.
the CIA. He's the head of the CIA and also the head of IMF, because IMF or whatever. And Kittredge is there, and he's meeting with the other guy, Carrie Elwes, I believe that Carrie was that Carrie Elwes, or was that I think that was Carrie Elwes. Yes, Dillinger, the director of National
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Intelligence.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
Dillinger,
yeah, yeah. Dillinger.
and basically all of a sudden, this is what pisses me off sometimes about these Mission Impossible movies. Every F1, oh, Ethan Hunt has gone rogue. He's a problem. Really? Really? Have we not learned yet that this dude is down for the get down? Like he he's doing stuff for a reason. Would y'all stop trying to kill this man, or what? But he should be in charge of IMF by now, for real.
I'm just saying, like
Yeah, yeah.
he is IMF
Right.
for
He is
real.
IMF. So they're saying, like, hey, we got to send somebody after him, blah, blah, blah. This one guy comes in, and he's looking weird the whole time. And the whole time I'm like, I got a feeling that's Ethan, but I don't know. And come to find out, the guy goes to Kittredge, gives him a face mask. They put it on, boom, throws this daggone like knockout bomb. They come to find out it was Ethan, and he's like looking at Kittredge like what's good, my boy? Like
Mm-hmm.
like what's good, my
Like,
boy?
what's really going on with this whole key thing? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And like Kittredge says, look, we don't know when it opens up. He says, look, man. He was like, yes, I sent the bounty hunters after her. I'm sorry. He was like, I'm sorry. My bad, man. Kind of backup type thing. And by this time, it's been alerted, and they're trying to get Ethan. Ethan and the guy's like, Kitteridge's like, how do you expect to get out of here? He's like, he turns around and he has a Kitteridge mask on. He was like, of course. And then he knocks out Kitteridge with the gun. And then we get to see where Ethan meets up with his team, with the guys of his team, Luther, Ving Rhames' character Luther, and God, what's the British dude name? He's like been in the last
Benji.
Benji, my guy Benji or whatever. And they all meet up to figure out what the next move is and what the next plan is.
Yeah. And they're in like and it's funny because they're looking at him like, don't even try to say that it's too dangerous. Like we're gonna be down for the cause or whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool to see them come together again because one thing I liked about this series is how they portray Luther. Because like Luther is not the muscle. He's really like the brains. You know what I'm saying? So this was a very good subversion of a trope, having the, you know, the magical Negro be able to beat everybody up. And he's just like, nah, yo, I gotta get on the computer and fix this thing for y'all. So I always love that. So
the big diesel magical Negro.
Of course. Yes. Shout out Ving Rhames.
Yes.
Very, very big human. So they end up tracking your boy to Abu Dhabi because like they said, yeah, found where the key was. And because the key lets off like some sort of like radiation, like emission, I don't know, whatever thing they need to use to find it, they did. And it's in the airport. So we see one funny thing happen. He walks through and he looks like he sees somebody, you know what I'm saying? And there was dude from like, I don't know, Mission Impossible 1 or something.
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Like, I don't even remember. Like, I barely remember you, big dog. Where you been? Right. So yeah, so Gabriel shows up and Ethan was like, because they give us a flashback of him killing his girl, you know what I'm saying? From like the first joint. And so she said, hey, remember this guy, he's coming back. So he's walking in the airport. Dude kind of walks past him. And then he's seeing him like throughout the airport, and it almost feels like a ghost to him.
Right. He feel like he's tripping.
Yeah, like, yo, that I noticed. I know this ain't your boy. That's how it looks the whole time. And then he ends up finding the key. And the funny thing I like about this is like the CIA just being totally inept when it comes to really trying to track down and get Ethan on every occasion in this movie. It's the funniest trope. And even the black dude by the end of the movie saying like, yo, I feel like your boy is right. And the white dude like, man, shut your ass up. Like, he was mad, yo. We gotta get Ethan Hunt. And so yeah, so they're in the airport, and the airport scene really lays out like the mechanics of the movie pretty well, because we figure out that Gabriel is essentially the AI's avatar. And it's almost
he's a follower. It's like a cultist follower of
you know what it feels like? It kind of feels like Westworld. How Westworld had like the whole like the I forgot what they called it, but it was a big huge AI thing. And all the like, you know, like the basically the robots were like, you know, being sent out by that. And even though they had their own sentience, like it was making calculations for everything. You know what I'm saying? So so it kind of felt like that. And Gabriel being a human was really 10 steps ahead of everybody because the AI was working out all the algorithms for him. So
what did Luther say? Like he was like over a million something algorithms, like a second or something that.
All these calculations a second. So, you know, the AI was crushing them because they had almost each possible, you know what I'm saying, manipulation
scenario
that they can have. So I was like, yeah. So I already know it was gonna be like a losing battle on that end.
So for y'all that's really trying to understand what it is, basically that AI was Doctor Strange in Infinity War when he was going when he was like he was going through all the different scenarios where they to see what happens with Thanos. So he was like, there's only one. So that's basically what the AI was.
That's good, man. That's a good
I,
description.
thanks,
All right,
man. I
so
got my best.
let's get through this, man, because like it's so much crap happening. So
Yeah.
while they're in the airport, the cool thing that they figure out is he's wiping Gabriel's identity in real time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to go back and check if he was there, and they're like, "Yo, this something was here, but we can't see it."
Right.
So that was cool. Also, they figure out that like, look, this thing is also infiltrating all digital systems.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever everywhere they went, if it was digital, then he already knew. So they had to legit go back old school and go analog.
Analog. Yeah.
Like even the CIA had to go analog,
Right.
talking about some, oh yeah, we got this from like basically the Weather Channel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
It was a Cold War satellite that they gave to the Weather Channel. But it was like, yeah, luckily this one is still operational, and that's how they do.
so we gave him
Analog.
20 of them. This is the only one that
Yeah.
still worked. I was like, that.
Yeah.
So that part was really interesting. Also, we got Ethan running on the roof, which was cool. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love an Ethan Hunt running.
Oh yeah.
The female
Grace.
Grace, shout out MCU Haley Atwell. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Did a
Agent
really
Carter.
Agent Carter did a really good job being
Mm-hmm.
the reluctant hero. When I mean
Yes.
reluctant to the
Yeah.
call, she was not trying to take it at
Right.
every corner. It took her a long time to figure out she was going to lose, even if she gave in.
Right.
Like she was not down, and she
Because she
was.
because she went from not knowing, look, I'm just doing a job, but not knowing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ramifications of the job she was doing, to
Mm-hmm.
finding out like, yo, this is some crazy stuff. To yeah, you need your help. I'm good on that. Until finally,
Still
yeah,
was like, nah.
yeah,
Even up until the end when she met with Kittredge was like,
uh huh,
huh, let me see if I can get myself off and still do the job. Because
mm-hmm.
basically, it was funny because Ethan was talking, so he said, "Hold on, you don't know what's going on. You're just a really good thief."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So he was like, "Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. You just got to." He's like, "Y'all just got to buy her." She was like, "I just got to buy her, and that's it. After this job, I'm done."
Mm-hmm.
And she ends up, I mean, tricking because I'm saying like, yo, Ethan Hunt has a problem with focusing when vagina comes in the picture because every time, yo, if it's a
it, mess,
beautiful white lady,
it messes him
he's
up.
like, he ain't focused
Mm-mm.
for nothing. He's
Mm-mm.
distracted. It's like,
Yeah. Mm-mm.
some vagina with a little bit of edge to it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wrap, yo. Ethan Hunt is following. He not on
I'm
job at
talking about
all.
following across the world for them.
Yeah. He looking like a daggone cartoon character when he going with float in the air and the scent. You know what I'm saying?
The auga.
Yo, either way, man. Like he really had to because he messed up. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And the pickpocket change happened like 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ends up having to go to he went to London, right? Did he go
No,
to London?
it was in Italy.
Oh,
They
was it
went to
Italy?
yeah,
Yeah. They
they
had to
went
go to
to
yeah, they had to go to Venice.
Venice. Yeah.
They
Uh-huh.
had to go to Venice because that's what she ended up. And the scene at the Venice police station, so dope.
Yeah.
Like she's in there, like say, hey man, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And she had like 10 passports, all with different names.
Names on different charges on every last identity she had on her chain.
You gotta be one of these people. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? And then Gabriel shows up,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, and CIA shows up,
Uh-huh.
and then so real cool, like Ethan was there as well.
As her lawyer.
Acting like yeah, looking like a whole librarian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Reading a book. I said this is
Yeah.
ridiculous, yo.
She saw him and was like, really good, like you again, whatever type thing,
How you
man.
find me?
Right.
No,
And he's basically giving her that third degree, this and that. And then she finally says, yeah, I think we need to wrap this up because your CIA friends are here and they're gonna be coming in here any minute. He was like, why you ain't tell me this beforehand? She was like, it didn't fit her purpose or her needs right at that purpose.
nope,
So yeah.
not at all, yo. So they get out of there, and we have another action set piece. You know, this scene was about like 12 minutes long.
Right. if I had one
I'm not even exaggerating.
if I had one complaint, I think the car chase just went maybe a tad bit too long. That may
Just
be
a
my
tad.
just
Just
a
a
tad
tad.
bit.
Just a
One
tad.
thing that is good that I like about it, I found this out. They actually were handcuffed the entire time. Like
No,
why they would
it
my
looked
they
like they were legit doing it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
my guy, the guy at my job was like, when he interviewed Tom Cruise and he asked about it, he was like, "Oh yeah, we were handcuffed exactly the whole time during that whole car chase with the Fiat 500, Joe, for real." my they crashed they crashed the BMW, and he said he was looking at race, said, "Oh, let me find me a safe car." Oh, he went click, click, that little thing came out. He was like, "You got to
Are
be
you
kidding me."
kidding me?
A Fiat 500, but that little thing could go, man. And yeah, so you had a hellified chase going on. So you had Ethan and Grace trying to escape the CIA, the Venice police, and also the assassin of the movie, good old Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy, Palm I'll
Clementif.
yeah, Palm Clementif. I always screw her real name. Palm Clementif. She was a French assassin, and let me tell you, I liked her character because she took so much joy in causing destruction and killing. Like every time she hit something, she was just like, she was smiling. She was so happy. Also, in that chase was hilarious. I was like, I started counting how many scooters they hit, and even and Ethan, he says, "Oh, these scooters, man, where they coming? Where they coming from,
It
man?
was hilarious, yo. You gotta
where they,
remember them old them though like all those like
uh,
UK places like small
yeah,
streets. So scooters is a way of life over there.
right." So they change cars like 2 times. They get trapped. They go through all these little alleyways and everything, and they finally escape. And in the process of escaping, um, Grace was able to unhandcuff herself and handcuff Ethan to a stern wheel, and she gets away with still her half of the key. That's the most important thing, her half of the key, because they still trying to figure out who has the second half, because she's supposed to be meeting a buyer, and they like whoever the buyer is has that second half of the key, but they still need to figure out what exactly this key unlocks or opens up. And so when he escapes, he's looking around trying to get away, and Benji, Ving Rhames, and Luther are right on time to scoop him up. And then who else is there? His old girl. God, what's her name again? Hit me up, Rashad. What's her name?
You talking about you talking about
Uh,
Issa?
Issa Faust.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's Issa Faust, and he looks at Issa Faust, and they find a new safe house, and they're talking about exactly how saying what they need to do. Ethan is like, look, you guys don't need to be here, and they're basically talking about this entity thing, and he's like, look, I don't need you guys right now. They're like, no, bro, you you ain't doing this without me. Stop it. You already know what time it is. So they meet up, and they meet up, and they figure out where this meetup is going to be, and Ethan and Issa go in, and they see Grace. Also, my man Gabriel's there too as well with his
Yeah.
assassin, and then they meet up with the person who is the buyer, and the buyer is none other than where is her name is Haley. Not Haley Atwell. What's her name? Vanessa Kirby as Elena, Miss
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Meta,
Alana. Yeah.
yeah, Alana Metasapis, whatever how you pronounce it, Metasapis or whatever you pronounce her
Yeah.
name.
Yo, which was from the first
Peace,
one.
Peacemaker as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But she was by her shoot, definitely. Yeah, she was a peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
The also her mother was in the first Mission
Yes, her
Impossible.
mother was the first black market dealer in the first Mission Impossible. Max was that
Yeah.
was the name in the first Mission Impossible. So they're all there, and basically she's there to decide, say who she's gonna sell, say who she's gonna give the second half of the key, say the key to or whatever. And even before they go, they're like, Ethan, the entity has already worked out all these calculations. you have to, and Luther told him, you have to start thinking like that. You have to think about all different scenarios because it's already thought about everything you're going to do. And so Gabriel stands up and is basically like, look here, the entity is on my side. You know what I'm saying? It's the entity is on my side. This is what's going to happen. I know everything about each and one of you. So, Alana, I know everything about you. I know everything you're trying to do, blah, 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 this and that. And next thing you know, she's just like, okay, yeah, it's going to him. And she's just doing it for self-preservation. That's
Oh
all
yeah,
she's
definitely.
definitely doing it for self-preservation because he knows all this stuff. And Ethan is trying his best, like not to lose his ish because he really wants to kill Gabriel because Gabriel killed a person that he cares about or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But also too, going back a little bit to the airport scene where there was a bomb. That bomb was basically the entity asking questions, learning more about
Yeah, and
Ethan
yeah, yeah,
and their
yeah,
crew and
yeah.
their
It was
crew.
good because he
That was
figured
really good. And
because he figured out that like yo, like the only thing you really care about like is your friends.
his friends and his team. That's all he cares about.
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, a big old another chase and fight ensue where Grace runs away. She's just trying to get away. Gabriel's like, yeah, I'm gonna get that piece whether y'all know it or not. Basically, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'll have it by tomorrow on the train. And he basically says, by the way, one of these women here that you googly and eyeing here, Ethan, gonna die. It's gonna either be Grace or Issa. He was like, either you choose or she can choose for the situation. They go through a chase, and Ethan's trying to is chasing down Grace, and he's talking to, what I'm saying, Benji and Luther, like, give me directions. And Benji's telling him which way to go. But then what happens, Rashad?
Oh man, the AI got him again. Entity was like basically mimicking Benji's voice and just
Mm-hmm.
having him go around in circles until he bumps into the two assassins.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they have like the ultimate close quarters fight. Like it is
Oh,
so in a
yeah.
no room where they at.
Yeah.
And it's cool because Ethan kills the dude, and because Ethan loves vagina so much, he doesn't kill the
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which comes back around because the entity had told basically tells Gabriel that yeah,
She's
she's
gonna
gonna
betray.
betray you, and he
Mm-hmm.
tries to kill her around the end of the story. All right, let's
Yeah.
get to so yeah, so it comes up so he basically he's too late. You know what I'm saying? Issa's
Uh-huh.
dead for real this
Mm-hmm.
time. So Issa
Mm-hmm.
dies on because she had a little valiant effort in the fight,
Mm-hmm.
but nah, she dead for real. And Ethan is all sad. Grace is like, well, shoot, I'm also joining the team now. I got this girl killed,
Mm-hmm.
and they devised a plan. The plan was to have him and her disguise themselves as as Alana and
Uh-huh.
Alana's right hand man,
Mm-hmm.
and we got the mask for Alana. Did not get the mask for the right hand man because the machine broke. So
Always
now they
break.
got to change the plan for real. So she has to
Mm-hmm.
go solo, and but she actually did a pretty decent job.
Mm-hmm.
Um, eventually, she was sucking at first,
Yeah.
and then Ethan essentially gives you the scene that is in all the trails, all the promo footage of him riding off that cliff into the plane. I mean, into the
Yeah.
train,
And yes, people, he really did do that. That was the first scene he said he shot just in case he died during this.
and he did it a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just one. Nah, he
Yeah.
did several cuts of that,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous in and of itself. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that whole again, all this is going on. That whole sequence of the train and also the misdirects, her using her pickpocket skills to get the key, Gabriel coming on the train and basically having it be like a bullet train because eventually he's gonna blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he was gonna at the right time fall off the train with the key and the whole not like yo. I mean, because having the entity on his side basically made him invincible this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the most interesting part for me because we see it has to be a part two because they don't
Mm-hmm.
win. You know what I'm saying? They just survive.
Right.
but they don't win at all. So
Right.
that was it. That last scene, which is like a good 25
Wow.
minutes,
It might be
is
longer than that,
yeah,
man. But
it's a
yeah,
heck of a conclusion to this part one of this
yeah.
the series.
And just for y'all to, Ethan does get the key, and basically, Grace took the option that Ethan gave her, that as she is a member of the IMF team
Yeah,
or
basically
whatever.
said, hey, Kitchers is gonna see that you're an asset. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You're gonna tell them that I vouch, basically, I vouch for you, and then
Mm-hmm.
yes, you do accept.
Yeah.
And because she set it up nice because I don't even think the Kitcher ever realized that she was oh yeah, Kitchers finally realizes that she was
Yeah.
playing
Yeah. She was playing
playing
Alana.
Alana. So yeah, so that whole thing was it was really it
Yeah.
was really well put together how they did all of that. And the train stunt was ridiculous too. How
Yeah.
he's going
Yeah.
jump from car to car, just
Yeah.
trying to survive. And then Palm Clemency's character basically saves the day for them.
Mm-hmm. And
And
then tells them what, what I'm saying, what they're looking for and what they need to find.
mhm.
Yeah, so great movie, as you said. Probably, in my opinion, probably the best Mission Impossible. Here's my theory about Tom Cruise in these Mission Impossible movies, because he
Okay.
did say that he wants to keep doing them, in regard, like, because this supposed to be like a send off for Ethan Hunt. They said no, he wants to keep doing. Let me tell you something. My opinion is this: I think Tom Cruise wants to do these movies until he die. Do a shooting one of these movies, man, for real.
I
Because he
hope
keep,
not.
because he keeps trying to, like, just, it's like he's like, how can I possibly kill myself this time? Like, what was the one where he was
He
hanging
was on
off
the
the
side of
side
the
of, he
plane.
was hanging off the side of the plane. It's like, yeah, like, I think he's just sitting back
They
thinking of
said, and that
ways.
was really him. They said that he had to wear like special contacts because all the wind in his
Yeah,
eyes. I'm like,
yeah, yeah, man. So, shout out to Tom Cruise for giving us these great, I'm saying, these great, movies, because I love spy movies like this. I love the movies like the Mission Impossible, the James Bonds, and stuff like that. And so we just have to wait until next year for when Dead Reckoning 2, um that's a
comes
dead
out.
record. That's a dead, is it Dead Reckoning or Dead Reckoning?
Dead. You said it right.
Okay, all right, cool. So yeah, we gotta wait until Dead Reckoning comes out next year, because they shot both of them kind of at the same time. You know what I'm
And they're
saying?
smart because ain't nothing popping off right now.
Exactly, with the writer's strike
And SAG. And
and
SAG.
and SAG. So, woo, yeah. So, we just, like I said, just a conclusion. It was a great movie, in my opinion, or whatever. I give it 4 out of 5 stars.
I give it a strong 4.3.
Okay.
Yeah, it like for a summer movie, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like blockbuster type jump off. It was really good. Play this. It's better than Top Gun to me. I hate
I give
Top
you that.
Gun. Top
You
Gun
ain't
was
you ain't like
like
Top Gun?
it just felt like a nostalgia grab to me. I know people loved it, but I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is all right. Like it's like I get it, like
Mm-hmm.
because it's better than play this. It's better than what it should have been. But like
Okay.
I still wasn't like it just was okay to me. But yeah, Tom Cruise, man, I don't even know how his Scientology magic is killing the game right now, but it really is. Um, that's all we got for this one, man. We will see you
See new.
guys Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
penultimate episode of man, yo, y'all need to be watching Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah.
It's peak MCU on Disney Plus. And
Yeah.
seeing how your boy was like your boy on Bobby Iger said, "Yo, we ain't cutting back, so I need y'all to we ain't gonna be getting a
Also,
whole lot of series no more, yo."
Rashad. So, are we going to do it at the end of the week too?
What's that?
For
Oh,
for Oppenheimer? Are we going
yeah,
to do
we'll be
end of the
back
week?
next Monday on that. We'll be back next
Okay,
Monday.
Monday. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
next
yeah,
Monday on
yeah, yeah.
that.
Next
Yeah.
Monday,
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I'll be definitely seeing that. Yo,
Yes.
I wish I could go to DC and see it in a legit IMAX. But yeah,
Man, yeah.
I'll make do with what
I'm
I'll
going to
make do with
watch
what
it
I
at
can here.
I'm gonna watch it at the Science and Space Museum at the Uvalhazi IMAX
Yeah.
theater. So
I wish I
yeah.
could like if I was in New York, I would go to 16th Street. That's one of the theaters
Yeah.
in America that's gonna be like, special made for that. But whatever,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing, liking,
Thanks
and
everybody.
sharing. Till next time.
Peace out.